welcome back to my channel. On the day that I am posting this, I am having my surgery. If you haven't been watching, I am going in for an RNY gastric bypass surgery, weight loss surgery, and I am so excited. Today is the 20th, my surgery is scheduled for the 30th, so I do have a stretch of time in there, but I'm trying to pre-film some things now so that I have content being posted next week while my family and I are spending some time away at a cottage leading up to my surgery, and then as well, excuse me, as I am recovering from the surgery. I really don't know what to expect in terms of the recovery. I will be taking 3 weeks off of work, but it depends on the person. So I can't really look to any guideline. I expect that I'm going to be in a fair amount of pain for a few days at any rate, and potentially even longer than that. So I am just going to take it easy and take things as they come. After I had my C-section with Bennett back in 2017, I tried to be a hero. Like, I was literally at the mall 4 days after I had him, and ended up scaring an elderly gentleman who was sitting on the bench when I sat down beside him and burst into tears. I'm pretty sure he thought that there was something wildly wrong with me, and maybe there was, because why in the hell was I at the mall 4 days after a C-section? I think it's because I had been in so much pain leading up to the C-section that I just was so excited to get moving again and be out of bed, but I've learned from that experience. So after this surgery, I am taking it easy, very, well, weight on me, hand and foot. He is a good egg like that. And the kids also are aware of what's going on. Bennett, not so much. Aspen, she certainly will be very cognizant. And she's such a little mother hen anyways that I know she's going to be trying, like falling all over herself to help me. And between the two of them, they will keep Bennett from jumping on me. Okay, that's a very long-winded way of introducing this video. But at any rate, what I'm going to do is, the first time I talked about this surgery, I was cleaning brushes while I was doing it. I currently have another buttload of brushes to wash, so I'm going to do that again, if only just to be as efficient as possible, because I'm running out of time for pre-filming things. So I'm going to be cleaning some brushes. I use the Cinema Secrets cleanser, and it comes with a metal tin, but for the life of me, I have no idea where it is. Either my room has just completely swallowed it, or more likely my toddler has stolen it and it is somewhere in this house. So I'm just going to use a little plastic thing and hope this doesn't like dissolve it or something. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And then for drying them, I did mention this before, I went to the dollar store because I was going through like rolls and rolls of paper towel, and I was like, this is A, expensive, but also not great for the environment. So I went to the dollar store, and it's like a towel, but it's thicker. They call it like a dish drying towel. I guess you put your rack on top of it and it absorbs the water a little bit better than a regular towel would. And I really enjoy using this. It's really effective. I have washed it only once. I just keep using it until it looks so dirty that I feel compelled to wash it, and all the makeup came out and it's good to go. So I think it was like $1.50 or something, and it's a great investment. Okay, so what I want to do today, because I'm trying to balance like the whole beauty thing and the weight loss thing, because obviously this surgery is a huge part of my life right now, what I thought I would do today is just share some of the things that I'm really excited about for life after the surgery, and really life after the recovery portion of it, because it's not like you come out of the surgery and then, like, you know, 5 days later you're ready to rock and roll, you're super skinny and life's all great. There is a whole other process that happens afterwards. When I really think about it, because there were times, let me be completely candid and honest, there were definitely times where I just wanted to give up and cancel the surgery, and it was just altogether too hard. And thank God that I have a really good support system, and thank God for you guys as well, because like the support that I've got from you guys has been incredible. Likewise on Instagram as well, and on Twitter. A little bit less so on Twitter, although there is somebody who is like she's amazing. She's been through it herself, and she totally gets the frustration and sort of where I'm at in the process. And that is really helpful as well, just to really interact with people who've gone through it and have come out the other side. But I really cannot state enough how grateful I am for the support that you guys have given me. It makes a world of difference. So thank you. And in those times where I'm thinking like, I can't do this, like I can't do it another minute, another second, I then think about that sleep apnea diagnosis that I got about 2-3 weeks ago. And I think of that horrific CPAP machine that sits on my bedside table, and the truly uncomfortable mask that I have to wear with that. And I would rather drink pretty gross shakes 4 times a day than wear that for 40 years. So if it means that for 3 weeks I am constantly sort of fighting hunger and a little bit miserable and not living the best life, I can do that, because in the grander scheme of things, 3 weeks really isn't that long of a time, and I can get through it. And then, further to motivate myself, I think about what life after the surgery is going to be like. And not so much in terms of like the recovery, but let's look forward 6 months. What does that look like when the pain is gone and I've healed and I have sort of become familiar with my new digestive system and how it works and what it likes and what it doesn't like and all that kind of thing. And there are a ton of things that I'm looking forward to. And that's kind of what I want to share. Now that I've been talking for 13 minutes, that's kind of what the whole point of this video is really just talking about some of the things that I'm really excited about. And no sleep apnea is certainly one of them. That mask sucks. I do not like it. It wakes me up more than I think the sleep apnea does, to be honest. And it could just be the style of mask. I do have to go back and do like a check-in with them, I guess. I have to reschedule that appointment. I forgot to do that today. Oh well, anyways. So I'm gonna just tell them like it pushes into my face because I'm a side sleeper, and then it moves and the air is like blowing in my eyes, and I don't get along with it. When I first put it on at night, I feel very claustrophobic because it covers my nose and my mouth, and I feel like I can't get a fresh breath of air, and I'm just very resistant overall. So no sleep apnea is high on the list of things that I am excited about. Likewise, just having more energy in general, and reducing the sleep apnea, of course, would play into that, but just having less of me to move around. It's exhausting. It is. If you think about your kids, if your kids are 65 pounds, 85 pounds, pick them up and carry them everywhere you go. It is not easy. It's, going up and down stairs, going in and out of cars, like even just walking, like it gets to be a bit much. And so it's exhausting. And because I know it's going to be exhausting, like I don't like walking to the park, even though the walk would be helpful, and I get that it's all connected. But I know that my legs are going to rub, and I know I'm going to be out of breath, and I know that I'm going to ache, and that my feet are going to hurt. And it's a whole mood. And if anybody's watching this and wants to be judgmental and shitty and tell me that it's my own fault and you should get past that and this and that and the other thing, I invite you to literally walk a mile in my shoes. I'm not saying this for self-pity. I'm just being honest. I'm sure that other people who struggle with weight issues understand, and I've been very lucky that I have not received shitty comments from people. I had one once, and I really kind of discounted that because it was in response to a Kat Von D video that I did, so I think there was something more that was triggering them than just my facial fat. So, whatever. At any rate, what was I saying? Like, I'm quick to blame myself. Like, I understand. I'm the one who buys the food and puts it in my face and all that. Like, I get it. So nobody else needs to point that out. But it's just hard. It is just hard. And going to a gym, I mean, it's embarrassing. I am embarrassed to go there. You know, there's a bunch of fit people who know what they're doing. And I feel very much out of place. And I know that it's going to be incredibly difficult, and I know that I'm going to ache for the entire next day, not just like the muscle pain that you get from working out, but physically ache. And so I avoid it. And I'm looking forward to not avoiding it anymore. I am very much looking forward to going to our rec center. I want to get a family pass. They have a gym there, they have the pool, they have like drop-in classes and things like that. They have indoor rowing, which I'm actually really excited to do. There's one starting up, I think it's in November, November, I can't remember. Every Thursday night for 7 or 8 weeks. And you're on those like erg machines or whatever. And I actually have always really enjoyed doing those. But right now I would never sign up for a class like that because I'd be so embarrassed by my size and I'd be so concerned that I couldn't keep up, all that kind of thing. But I won't be anymore. So I'm excited to do that. And they have gentle yoga, which I think would be a good starting point, especially I don't want to like train for a marathon when I'm fairly freshly operated on and rewired inside. But I want to get more active in that sense. And then tying in with that, I want to get more active like with my kids. I talked in the very first video, I spoke about the surgery, about how I dream of going down a slide with like Bennett on my lap. And you best believe when that day happens, there will be video footage. That is going to be a dream come true to me. Likewise, taking Aspen to the indoor jungle gym down the road from us. They've actually just changed their age limits. So it started at 8 before and now it's 7. So if things go well, within a few months, I could be there. And I checked out all of their weight limits today on all of their things, and the only thing I don't think I'll be able to do for about a year is their trampoline. And it's really cool. Like they have zip lining, they have a ninja course, they have a great big huge ass tree that you can climb. They have all sorts of stuff, like all sorts of stuff. It's really cool. And I know Aspen would love it, would absolutely love it. And I'm just so excited to do it all with her. I love watching American Ninja Warrior. Like, I find that show to just be so inspiring. I love that it's pretty much an equalizer. Like, the women can do just as well as the men. That, you know, the 45-year-olds are out there with the 19-year-olds. I just watched, was it this week, I don't remember any of their names, but there's a 20-year-old or so with Asperger's syndrome, and he fucking crushed it. And I love that. I love that it is just an equal opportunity kind of deal. Like, anybody can do this, and it's just a matter of really competing with yourself more than anything else. And I love how supportive they all are of each other, and I just get the good feels from it. So not that I like have any aspirations of becoming like a Canadian Ninja Warrior, but I want to go to that indoor jungle gym and just play and do that kind of stuff. And if I can get some training and things like that, like, look at me looking ahead. I just think it would be really fun. It would be more fun than just like raising dumbbells. You know what I mean? Like, it would just be an interactive experience. And if I can do it with my daughter, so much the better, because it's just leadership by example. So I'm very, very much looking forward to that. Likewise, Aspen loves Canada's Wonderland. It's like a Six Flags kind of deal here in Canada. And I went in 2017 after I had Bennett and had lost a significant amount of weight then, and was able to fit on the rides with her. And then I gained the weight, and here we are. So it's now one of those things that she does with her dad, because it's pricey to get in, and there's no point in paying for me to go in if I'm not going to go on rides. It's like $60 or something, and that just doesn't make sense. So I'm looking forward to next summer going on rides with her. What else? I wrote all these down so that I could remember and try to keep myself on some amount of track. I mentioned with regard to the Jack's Jungle Gym and looking at their weight limits and weight restrictions, I am so excited to not even think about that. You have no idea. If you are not overweight, you probably don't even consider it. But things like camping chairs. I have to look at the labels to make sure that it's not going to just like collapse under the weight of me. Any sort of lawn equipment, to be honest, like folding chairs, good God, those things strike fear into my heart. And anything like, there's a high ropes course here as well that I'd like to take the kids to eventually. And I'm like, am I gonna break the wire or can it hold me? Like all of that kind of stuff. Water slides, all of that. I'm really excited to just not even have to worry about it. To just be of a size where I'm probably not going to break any sort of weight restriction no matter where I go. That will be so amazing. As well, you know, in all of this, just having more confidence. I'm talking about going to all these places, and if I had the opportunity to go today, I would be far too self-conscious in order to go. I would just be too in my own head, too worried about what people would think, you know, see me walk in, they're kind of like, what are you doing here? You must be lost. The cupcake store is next door. That sounds really rude, and maybe that just speaks to my own judgment of myself, but again, just being honest. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to just not worry about it. Like when I sit down and my clothes, you know, shift on my body, I'm not picking at them, I'm not pulling at them, I'm not trying to hide what is part of me. I'm just so looking forward to that. And it doesn't mean, you know, like I have this surgery and then instantly I'm thinking I'm a supermodel and I'm just like so full of confidence, but it's a start and it can only get better from there. So I know how I felt after I had had Bennett, and my confidence certainly did soar at that point. So it's only going to get that much more, and not just from the physical aspect, but from the whole taking stock of my health, you know, filling my body with nutritious foods and setting that example for my kids. That is going to be a boost to myself, and all of it that goes with it, just making myself a priority and not sabotaging myself. So yet another thing that I'm excited about, and that's keeping me going on this liquid diet nonsense. I would like to get back into horseback riding. I rode, gosh, from the time I was 9 till about 19. Never owned a horse, but I leased horses and I competed and all that, and it was always such a happy place for me. Like it was just an escape. And I always just loved horses. And I have missed it tremendously. And I lived on a horse farm for a while. When Barry and I, just before we got married, we lived on one. We rented a little apartment there. And the owner was always like, if you ever want to come riding, just let me know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, those poor beasts. Literal beasts of burden. But I did not want to get on the back of one because I didn't feel like that was fair. I get that they weigh like 1,000 pounds more than me and that they are strong, but I still I just couldn't do it. So it's something that I would love to get back into. Not even necessarily to compete, not necessarily to like buy a horse, but just even if I did like a half lease or something like that and just rode once a week, it would just be the kind of thing that like fills your bucket. You know what I mean? Like as much as I love makeup, horseback riding is like next level for me, and I haven't done it in like over a decade. So, gosh, have I done it in over 2 decades? Gosh, almost 2 decades. That's horrible. Half of my life. Anyways, that's a sobering thought. So that's on my list of things that I need to do. From a physical standpoint, I'm excited to get a jawline. And maybe just one chin would be nice. I fucking hate this part. Like I hate it. Yeah, it's a point of embarrassment. And I can't like suck it in. I can't put Spanx on it. There's nothing I can do. It's just out there flapping in the breeze. And even in my videos, I mean, you see my face and that's about all you see of me, and there it is. So I'm looking forward to that kind of going up a little bit and my face maybe narrowing a little bit. Certainly looking forward to being smaller overall, but I don't have any like goal weight in mind. I don't have any goal size in mind. I haven't been below a 20 in so long that I can't even imagine what that looks like. And even at that, I was only a 20 for like maybe 6 months out of the last 10 years. So I can't, like, to say, oh, maybe I'll be a size 10. I don't even know what that would look like. So I don't even think about the numbers like that. That'll take care of itself. Everybody's like, it's going to be so much fun going clothes shopping. I'm like, eventually, but at first it's going to be a little like expensive, right? Because I'm going to be losing weight, and so I'm not going to like buy an entire wardrobe in size, like I'm 24, 26 right now. I'm not going to buy like a whole 22 and a whole 20 and a whole 18, because I'm only going to be in them on average, usually about 5 to 6 weeks apparently is what they estimate. So I'm going to have to find some good thrift stores around here so that I'm not bankrupting myself. What I am looking forward to though is being able to buy bras in a store. I have to buy my bras online unless I go into like a really specialty store and then they're like, you're fat, guess what? You get to pay $175 for a bra. No joke, not even exaggerating. I do intend, and again, this is a long way off and I don't know what I'm going to look like or what kind of skin sagging issues I may have afterwards, but if I do have a ton of loose skin, I do want to have skin removal surgery, get my boobs done in the meantime while they're in there, and just have them reduced overall, because I am an H cup. Yes, we're getting super personal here, and those are some big knockers and they hurt my back, and most bras do not, like stores do not carry bras in that size. So I have to like, you know, hope for the best when I shop online, and sometimes it works out and sometimes it's a like $50, $60 failure. So being able to try them on first would be such a delight. I am looking forward to like buying different clothes and learning new stores. I haven't shopped in a regular, like an exclusively regular sized clothing store. Gosh, 16 years, 15 years, something like that. So I don't even know which ones are good. Hey, leave me your recommendations down below. What stores do you like to shop in? Right now I buy most of my stuff at Old Navy because I can. Because they carry a plus size line and it fits, and the proportions aren't like ridiculous. There's certain like Penningtons, I don't know Penningtons. They're just really shapeless on me. Some of their stuff is okay, but for the most part not so much. Additional is okay, but they're really expensive. Same with, my God, Laura Plus will charge like $85 for a tank top. I think the hell not. Anyways, leave me your recommendations down below of what stores you like to shop in, and then I'll go from there, because I have no idea. I don't know what Zara is like, never been in. H&M I've been in for the kids stuff. I don't know if this stuff's any good. Aritzia, I have no idea. Now I'm just naming stores that I know the names of, but I'm sure there's some that I have no clue, because I just don't even, like, there's like 3 stores in the mall that I can shop in, so that's all I look at. Okay, I've just washed the last brush. I do need to like touch this one up just a little bit, but I'm gonna cut it there because I've been talking for ages. If you've lost weight, what was the unexpected bonus afterwards, or what was the unexpected downside afterwards? Something that I should maybe keep my eye out for or prepare myself for. I would love to hear from you on that. And other than that, guys, I will see you on the flip side. I I don't know how soon after the surgery I'll be able to like post an update or anything, but I mean, after a C-section I was posting pretty darn quickly, so we'll see from the hospital if I'm able to put something in my community tab or on Instagram or something like that. So if you're not following all my socials and you have socials, feel free to do so because I post different things in different platforms. If you want to see progress pictures, they're probably exclusively going to be on Instagram. So all of my socials are listed down below or at the beginning card, and you can find me there. Alright guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I will see you in my next video. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now.